everyone, and welcome to A Light Heart Tarot. My name is Val, and for those of you who are new, A Light Heart Tarot is a sacred space where we hold each other and support each other for those who are navigating through grief or through life's difficult transitions. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to do another collective reading on what is it messages that your loved ones want you to know right now. And so we're going to pull oracle cards this time, and then we will pull direct messages and then advice from your loved ones. I have already blessed this space, and I've asked for the highest good of messages be of clarity and of support for all of you who are listening, as well as for your loved ones as well. And also know that no matter when you're listening to this, even though we're recording this during the holidays, if you have found this video, there is a message here that is meant for you. And finally, if you have a notebook, I always encourage everyone to just have a notebook, as sometimes as the energy is moving through, you may yourself receive hits or pings or impressions, and that is messages coming from your loved one as well. So let's get started, and we're going to start, as I said, with oracle on the messages from your loved ones and what they want you to know right now. And I'm going to pull all of the oracle cards first, and then we will go through it. The first hit, though, that I will say is that as I was preparing this space, there is a male energy that is coming through, and this feels, for the person who is watching this, this would be a brother energy who has passed away in a water accident. What I'm seeing is a boat, and actually what it looks like is a drowning, and it's coming through, especially right now because of the holidays, because this is the timing when this person passed away. And the name that I'm receiving is a Dan or Daniel. And what I'm also hearing is that he has come to you many times, especially through other YouTube readers and through mediumship readings. And he's coming in right now, especially during the holidays, always to just give you comfort during this difficult time. And so we're going to pull a couple of cards. So the first card that we have here is sharing. There is giving and receiving and giving. The next is inner life. So your inner life is garden to be cultivated. Okay, Spirit, which one are you asking? And actually, it's interesting because even though these flipped up, the one that Spirit is actually telling me that needs to be is this one. And this one actually came out, I believe, yesterday. So it's home. May your body be where a harmonious place of love, strength, and light and pleasure lives. This is from the Ancestors deck, and I've already shuffled this, but I always shuffle sometimes again when Spirit asks me to. What messages from your loved ones? We have Artists. Tree. A musician. So I definitely am feeling there's creativity and artistry moving through. And it looks like, Spirit, you want me to community, envy, and is there any more? And a woman holding a heart. And at the back of the deck, we have door to personal healing and happiness. So as you can tell, I'm doing this in a new space, and clearly I haven't gotten the hang of where everything needs to be so that you can see cards, but let's just move these a little bit further up so that you can see it. So what your loved ones are coming through right now is, especially during the holidays, we have, and you have been moving, trying to move through the holidays. However, this year it does feel different. You are surrounded by family and friends. However, it feels like the spirit and the joy may not be 100% in it. And the first thing that your loved ones want to share with you is that there is nothing wrong with that feeling. If you're feeling that I want to be hibernating, or I want to do certain traditions or rituals by myself, I may not feel like being surrounded by people throughout the whole season of the holiday. Or maybe I'll pick and choose a holiday or a day that I'll spend with family, but I may decide to spend the rest of that time by myself. And so there's definitely a understanding and support in that. And also a reassurance that you are not doing anything wrong. If you wanted to then spend time, create new traditions, create new rituals during this time. Each one of us grieves and we celebrate our loved ones in different ways. And so they are acknowledging that however you wish to spend this holiday, that it is, they're going to be with you. They can be in multiple places at the same time. And so the image that I'm seeing is having hot chocolate. There is another image that I'm seeing of those, and this is something that I do, which is create midnight mass, and you set a table for those who have passed away. And I'm seeing that doing that tradition by yourself, you can have set that table and that placemat, have the music that your loved one loved, and you will still be able to spend that time and that connection with them. I'm also feeling that there is an energy of, there is, and this is specific, so widow and widowers who are celebrating or navigating the holidays for the first time without their loved one. And I am seeing a group here of, and it's, again, as I said, it's very specific of, for many of you, this is your first, and there may be one where this is the third anniversary. However, what I always say is it doesn't matter if it's the first anniversary or the 75th anniversary. It always feels like it happened yesterday, and it is for the first time. There's a lot of love and a lot of wanting to keep the holidays simple, but also continue traditions, as I feel that there are, for many of you, you have children that you're trying to keep the holidays bright and alive. And so you're having them be with their cousins and their family. But at the same time, while you're making sure that the holidays stay somewhat stable for them, for you, it's still that feeling of this doesn't feel, I don't feel joyful. And your loved one is coming in and just letting you know that that's quite okay. But they are still sending you that love. And it is an invitation that you can still create and have your own rituals. What I'm seeing is going to the movies, or booking self time, so for a massage, or maybe even taking a trip by yourself. It doesn't have to be immediately right now, but something that you do. And again, something that recharges you, but also gives you that quiet time for you to connect with your loved one. I am also seeing here, there is an energy of, and I believe this happened, not that I believe it did happen in yesterday's reading. So there may be a continuation here. 3 sisters who had passed away, the last one passing away recently and being reconnected with her sisters. That energy is coming back in again as a continuation. The first sister was the last one who passed away. This one now is the middle sister who is coming through, and this message is again just showing acknowledgement that she is here. We also have here this beautiful energy that's coming through where your loved ones are really asking you, as we move into 2026, to step into authenticity and to step into that doorway of doing things that brings happiness to you. For many, it may feel that if I move, if I pursue this project or this dream, I may be, what is the word that I'm trying? It's not deny, but it's I'm betraying my loved one. And so whether it is a family member, a friend, a colleague, there were things that you all talked about, and there are promises that you made. And as we're moving into the new year, there are new dreams and endeavors that you're looking into and wanting to pursue. But there is something that is holding you back, which is this, I don't want to betray the promises I made to my loved one. And so your loved ones are coming in and again letting you know that any happiness that you pursue is not a betrayal of them. They want to see you flourish, and they want to see you explore and say yes to opportunities that bring happiness. They want to see you to really be comfortable in your life, and knowing that grief is not going to go away, but you can build a life around the grief and build a life that still brings joy, that still brings happiness, that still brings moments of laughter, and know that they are walking alongside with you and they're cheering you on. There is another energy that is coming in, and we see that maternal, we see the maternal matriarch come in. And so we have the grandmother energy that is coming in, and I'm seeing, again, it's interesting because when I, just so that you know, when I look at these things and I'm doing the readings, everyone right now, I'm doing this in my dining room, and everyone right now is sitting at the table, but they're sitting in groups. So we have on the left side, there those who are widow and widowers, and then I have the sisters in front of me, and then I have the grandmothers, but also the grandfathers in here as well. So each one they've kind of separated themselves in groups to make it easier for me to pull onto their energy as they collectively give their messages to you. And so this energy that's coming in through the maternal grandmothers, what I am feeling is and this is again a specific message coming in, there is someone who is watching this video who has been accepted into a school of arts. And so they are coming in and acknowledging just how proud of you they are. This is something that the two of you have practiced for and have really worked on this for a long time, on this endeavor for a long time. And there is a sadness that they are not physically there to cheer you on, but they're letting you know that they see it all and they are excited for you. And so that is a personal message. Another message that is coming through is, especially during the holidays, there may be some feelings of guilt and regret for conversations that may have been had that that also were not resolved. And your loved one is coming through and just letting you know when, at the moment that they crossed over, you let go of the ego, of the parts that hold on to grudges, that hold on to anger and resentment, as you can now see from a 30-foot view and be able to see why people may have felt the way they did, why they said the things that they did. And all you can now see is from this observer energy is just the perspectives, and you're able to see perspectives in a different way. You no longer hold that emotional anger or energy that you did before. And so they're wanting to come in and they're sharing forgiveness, and they're asking you to forgive yourself because they know that this is an energy that you may have been holding on to for a while. And it's okay. The two of you can actually begin to repair your relationship by writing letters to each other and by talking to each other. This energy that is coming in, it feels like this is another sister energy coming into an older sister. This feels actually like a sister slash best friend energy that's coming in. The names that I'm hearing is Nadine. And so I don't know who this, take it as it resonates, but this energy is coming in, and this is something that feels like this energy of wanting to reconnect, energy of wanting to say I'm sorry, has been on your mind and in your heart for a very long time. And she's just letting you know it is okay. We can continue this relationship just as we did before, although it's in a different energy, and still talk to each other and still have that same bond that we did when she was in the physical. And also, what I'm hearing is for some of you, um, as we have the artists and the creativity, it's really, this is your time now, that, and your loved ones are coming in, letting you know that they're supporting you by sending earth angels, by sending resources, by sending those opportunities that seem like coincidences, but have also been really supported through by your loved ones. This is your opportunity to create the life that you want. As I always say, we have an opportunity in every single day to make choices to change our lives. So what today's life is for me today may be different tomorrow. Today I may say I want peace and quiet, and I want to live a life of, of just drawing and being of service here to this group. Tomorrow I may say, okay, I'm going to take that and now I'm going to make it into a big platform, right? What we do is that we have the thought creates the energy then moves into something physical and an action, and then it just keeps on going. And so your loved ones are bringing in this energy of, even though you may be feeling that I want to do things by myself today, tomorrow you have the opportunity to connect with family. Tomorrow you have the opportunity to mend relationships, to ask for forgiveness, or for you to forgive someone else. Every single day allows an opportunity for you to change your life. And so this is a big message that your loved one want to bring into you. And finally, again, just as a reminder, do happiness, and pursuing that happiness is not a betrayal of them. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go into specific messages from your loved one, and then we're going to end it with some advice from your loved one. Okay, so let's now go into specific messages from your loved one and what they want you to know right now. What messages for our dear collective that the loved ones want you to know right now? Okay. What messages from loved ones they want you to know right now? So the first card that comes up is I am not dead. And so this is for specifically for if you are feeling, there's some of you who may be, your loved one has passed away suddenly. And it is this, I can't hear them anymore. I can't receive signs from them anymore. Are they just, are they dead, and are they not able to communicate with me? And your loved one is letting you know that I am not dead. The images, for those of you who are new, I receive images from my own life that then also shares experiences and to help me explain. And I remember there was a period when my husband passed away in which everyone else around me received messages from him, but I didn't. And I was so angry and was so frustrated. And I was just like, well, you're just dead. And I cannot even communicate with you. And I was just distraught. And I remember pulling into a parking lot. And if you go onto my website, it's in my blog. I took a picture of it. There is a Jeep pulled up in front of me, and it said undead. And that was the connection and the moment in which I realized that our loved ones, while they are not here physically, they are also not dead to us. They are also able to connect with us and to share messages and to give support. Now, for some, how that support comes to us is very different, because just like all of us, we have different abilities and different tune frequencies that we can then tune into people. If we're feeling really, we're in a lot of pain, it's hard for us to receive those messages and signs from our loved ones. Just as also, if your loved one is having a hard time creating a denser energy to come down here to then give a message, it may take some practice and tries, but you will get that message. But regardless of how you receive the message, those messages you all can communicate to each other back and forth through speaking to them just as if they were here, through giving love and giving that love and light and that energy, because all of it is energy, and we're just sharing that energy back and forth with each other. So they want you to know that they're not dead. And tears cleanse the soul. And so again, this is what I've been feeling for many of you, that the holidays do not feel the same this year. And it may be bringing a lot of emotions, just the tears and crying. And it is important. And I feel like, again, that this message is specific to someone because they're from a strong family, and where it is toughen up, be strong. You have a lot of responsibilities, and you've taken on a lot of responsibilities since your loved one has passed away. And it feels like you've been holding everything in. And what your loved one is letting you know is that movement of energy, whether it is anger, it is sadness, it's tears, it not only it helps the body not hold on to energy into the tissues. There's something that I call issues in the tissues. When we hold on to anger, to sadness, to stress, our body feels it, and our body is the biggest tattletale of us. And so when we hold all of that in, our body ends up taking the brunt of it, and then it then shows itself back in high blood pressure, anxiety, stress, in other different physical ways. And so your loved one is coming in and letting you know that it's okay for you to cry. What I am seeing and what they're showing me right now is, if you want to go to one of those places where you can break dishes and glass and things like that, that may be a great outlet for you as well. Let yourself cry. Let yourself get it out. And if there are other people around you who feel uncomfortable, then that is on them. That is not on you. And so if you need to share your loved one's story, I'm hearing the need to share this. If you need to talk about your loved one to others, do that. If you need to share stories, if you need to, whatever it is that you need to do in that moment to feel safe and grounded, let yourself do it. It is very important. to let the tears come out, the anger, the grief, whatever the emotion is that is holding you right now. Are there additional cards? Usually for this deck, for the message decks, I only pull out the cards that jump out. So that's why sometimes you'll see me pull out 2 cards from one deck, and then there will usually be multiple cards coming from another deck. So let's see. Sorry about that. Messages, only cards that jump out, please. What messages do you want to share with your loved ones? Thank you. And so I always keep this in here. This is the card that I created on how to use the deck, but there's a reason that when it comes out, there's a reason that it does, because it usually doesn't come out. So let's actually start with this card first. So when I created this, this was the why. And basically what I'm saying is that love is a powerful force. And through the love, that is what keeps us connected through difficult times. And it also helps when we just think of them. We can always continue to have that conversation. So this really goes again with that I am not dead, in which if you, as long as love is there, you are always connected to your loved ones, and they are going to be by your side every step of the way. And they're going to be sending you what I call the earth angels and the what I call little miracles, which are coincidences that happen in our lives. Whether it is you're standing in a grocery store and you hear your loved one's name, or you smell their cologne or perfume, or all of a sudden you get tickets to a play or a show that you and your loved one wanted to go to. These are what I call little miracles, and miracles that your loved ones are always sending to you. And even when things feel impossible, your loved ones are always there to support and encourage you. So that is what this card represents. The next is Dear Love. If you're mine, that I don't know, I'm having the bouncer in my head just now. I know that you're mine, aka the bouncer in the club does not believe in the signs that you see. Please believe in your heart that I have never left you, and I'm trying hard to send you messages that I am here. So I call it the bouncer in the club because for any of you, if you're my age, you used to go to clubs all the time. And there would always be the bouncer who would kind of pick and choose, like, you know, who comes in and who doesn't come in. And if you think about our hearts and our minds, it's the same thing. And there's always this bouncer in the club that's coming in and saying, well, that's not true and that's not real. And it's doing it because it's trying to protect its interests, right? And it's trying to put, so that its interest is you, and trying to make sure that your heart doesn't break, and trying to make sure that you're comfortable and you're feeling good. And so if it gets scared when it sees such as a sign like a feather, or it sees a license plate that says undead, and it says, I don't want my person to get hurt again, and to build up hope, and that, you know, their loved one is talking to them and they're really not. And so then it says, well, then that's not true, that didn't happen. And so that is what the bouncer does. And I'm explaining this because I have a feeling that there are new people watching this video, and that's why I'm being very long-winded about the bouncer in the club. But in reality, all it's trying to do is just protect you. And so if we allow ourselves to just say, I got this, let's just be curious, then the bouncer kind of lets go a little bit, and you can start seeing more and more signs, such as the feathers, or you'll see the rainbows, or you'll hear music that reminds you of your loved one. So know that, believe in your heart that your loved one isn't dead, and they are here with you. And dear love, I am in my life review now, understanding how some of the decisions in my life may have affected others. If I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently. So please forgive me. So this again, if there was, for your loved ones, if there were things that were left unsaid, or if you felt that there were words that you can take back, know that it's not only on your side, it's also on your loved one's side as they're going through their life review. And they're understanding how their actions affected others and how others affected the decisions that they made in their lives. And so know that anything that has happened here in the physical is now, it's no longer holds the same weight for them. And they're asking you for forgiveness. No one understands more than I how difficult all of this is for you. I will help you get through this. When moments feel too overwhelming for you, remember to breathe. We will take it one step at a time. And so this definitely for some of you, because I also feel that for many of you, you've taken on the mantle as the patriarch or the matriarch or the leader of the family. And so your loved one is just letting you know that they will help you get through this by sending you, again, those little miracles, earth angels, the signs. But we also, when the mind says, that's not real, that's not true, for us to then hold its hand and say, we got this. Let's just take it one step at a time to allow those miracles to keep coming in. And just because I'm not next to you does not mean you still can't talk to me. I will hear you whenever you are and will always respond, whether telepathically or through the energy of our heart. Love never dies. And that's beautiful because, again, it goes back to this card that all you have to do is think of your loved one and they can hear you and they can come and help you and give you guidance, whether it's just through quick flashes, or maybe you'll hear a song again, or there's a word, you're reading a book or a magazine and a word just kind of pops out. These are the ways that our loved ones connect with us. Okay, so for this, obviously, we don't pull whatever pops out because these cards are hard to manage. But intuitively, goodbyes are hard to say. I wish I had a million more minutes to say everything I needed. I've realized now though in heaven, it's not goodbye. It's just learning how to communicate from the other side. Our relationship may be different now, but I'm still the same person I always was. Trust that this is true. So again, for many of your loved ones, as I mentioned earlier, they're trying to learn how to connect with you, whether it is through changing frequency or sharing messages or thoughts or hints or being in your dreams. They're learning how to connect with you just as you're learning how to connect with them. And goosebumps are truth bumps. It's true, I'm here. You'll get these as an affirmation that I'm around you. Notice the goosebumps today. This is actually the first time I've ever, in all of my time doing these readings, that I've received that card. So that is definitely a message for someone. And you don't have to see the ocean to know that it's there. You don't have to see the Eiffel Tower to know that it's there. And you don't have to see me to know that I'm here. Trust me, I am here. And what we're seeing is a lot of language around trust. So trusting that your loved one is around you and that they're supporting you. And will you cook my favorite dinner for me tonight? I know I can't eat it, but I can be there to enjoy your memories of me that we shared when we had this meal. I'm still loving food from heaven. And so this is beautiful because, again, as I was mentioning, maybe the rituals that you create will include having dinner with your loved one, making their favorite meals, having music playing, and just sharing memories with friends, or you can, and family, or you can do this by yourself. Either way, your loved one is acknowledging that they appreciate these gestures and they're there enjoying it right along with you. And heaven is full of love and light. I have friends here and lots of family that are from many generations. Don't worry about me because I'm in an amazing place. But remember what you do every day. I do with you. So let's have an adventure today. So again, just a confirmation that whatever you do, they're doing with you. And so if we tie it back to the beginning of the messages of you moving forward, not moving on, but moving forward and walking with that grief and just making room for that grief in your life as you're doing new things and expanding your knowledge and maybe moving or whatever it is. They're just letting you know that they are not, it's not a betrayal of them, and they want to see you thrive. And the final is advice from our loved ones. Okay. The red spring, well-being. I am vibrant. And if you take a moment to just look at this card, and we see the lion, we see the water, we see emotion flowing, and we know that love never fails, and we know that love never dies. And we know that there are days that we need to be strong, and there are days, right, with the roses, we may be prickly and thorny. But against all of that, we are here. And our loved ones are acknowledging that while we are here, they're acknowledging that there is pain. They're acknowledging that, yes, I miss you just as much as you terribly miss me. But while you are here in this life, continue to grow, to try new things. Let's do it together. If there were things that you wanted to do with your loved one, such as travel, take a new class, move somewhere, whatever it is, take that chance. Say yes to the things. Say no to the things also that is a way of you saying yes. So setting boundaries. So if you're someone who does a lot for other people, take that one day and take yourself to a spa and say no. Say no if you don't want to go to a party, or if you don't want to be around a group of people this holiday season, but want to do things that is personal and feels meaningful for you. Just say yes and say no is what I would say. But whatever it is, your well-being is the most important thing. And know that you are here. You are vibrant, you are loved, and you are loved. And I remember that is something that someone shared with me. I did a Reiki session like probably a year after my husband died, and I remember this woman looked at me and she said, "You are loved and you are loved." And so that I'm feeling the need to share with you. You are loved and you are loved. Loved by your loved ones in spirit, and loved by all of those people who are here. And so as we close this reading, I hope that it brought some clarity. It brought just a little bit of guidance and comfort to you. And again, please like and subscribe. Also, if you want to join the Light Note, which is my weekly email that I send out, if you go to my website, alightinthechaos.com, you can sign up for that for free. And there's also the Lighthouse letters on Substack that I give out twice a month, with meditations as well as the letters and a journal to help you with journaling and reflection. So sending you all my love and light, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon.